Queen City. Welcome to another edition of What's Going On. I am your host, Miss Fabulous, and today I have the distinct pleasure of speaking to one of the salon owners that's been in the hair game for over 25 years. That's right, we're over here at 2108 Oaklawn Avenue at Expressions of Color Beauty Salon, where the salon owner is none other than my good friend, Marlene Jackson. We're going to go inside in just a minute to get her opinion on what's happening or what's really going on in the hair care business. Welcome back to What's Going On. We're inside Expressions of Color Beauty Salon, located at 2108 Oaklawn Avenue, right here in the Queen City. And over here to my left is my good friend, Marlene Jackson, the owner, the woman who I told you that's been in the hair care business for over 25 years. Good afternoon, Marlene. How are you?
I'm great. I'm fabulous.
I love that. That was wonderful. And so today we're going to talk about what's going on in the hair care industry. And so before we get into the great depth of that, let's find out a little bit more about her. So, Marlene, what inspired you to become a hairstylist in the first place?
Well, what actually inspired me, it took some time. And, back in the day when you graduated from high school,
Yes.
and people felt like because you wanted to go to hair school, you couldn't go to college.
Yes.
So hair school was your second option.
Okay.
So I didn't go to hair school right out of high school. I caught myself going to college. That didn't work because that's not what my passion was.
All right.
My passion was doing hair.
Okay.
So that's what encouraged me to go back to school to get my degree.
Awesome. And so, when you came out of high school, did you immediately go into a salon? Did you work for somebody? Did you do an apprenticeship? How did that work?
Out of high school, I did not go straight to hair school. I did not do that. But when I graduated, finally, after X many years, I did go into a salon, and I worked a full-time job as well, but that didn't work out because I just wanted my own.
Okay. Well, let me be the first to say, it's not where you started, it's where you finished.
Got that right.
And you finished, and you're still going strong.
Right.
So give yourself a pat on the back for that.
Thank you.
And so there's so many stylists out here that specialize in one thing or another.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure our listening audience would like to know, what do you specialize in?
Well, I specialize in natural hair care and educating my clients. That's what I specialize in.
Okay, thus the earrings that say natural.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
natural.
Yes.
When you made your transition from chemical service to natural services, did your customers feel some type of way about that?
No, what I do with my customers, I did not encourage them to do one way or the other. I let them make their own decisions, but sometimes as a stylist, whatever you do, your clients do the same.
Right.
So the majority of my clients are natural.
Okay.
And a lot of them didn't even intend to go natural.
Okay.
I made it happen.
Okay. What I want to tell you about Marlene, those hands are anointed and they are gifted.
Thank you.
If you are looking to grow your hair instead of sewing your hair,
But that's okay though.
this is the woman for the job. And I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. I'm saying it because this is where I come and get my hair done. I just so happen to go to her daughter, but I see her clients with healthy heads of
That's right.
hair. And so there's all types of products out here to grow hair.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any advice other than coming to you, just the maintenance or the upkeep of natural hair care products that would be beneficial to those who don't know what to buy?
As far as natural hair care and the products, you really have to find a product that suits your hair type.
Okay.
It's a hit and miss type of thing, and it can get expensive. So the main thing you need to do is make sure your hair is always moisturized. always good condition, and always comb your hair, because just because you're natural, that don't mean you don't take care of your hair.
Absolutely. Now, when I was in high school, ooh, I'm about to age myself. But when I was in high school, the thing for us at that time, do you remember mane and tail?
Yeah, I remember mane and tail.
Mane and tail was the hottest product during the time that I was going to school. And believe it or not, I still see mane and tail on the shelves.
It's still out there. They have their shampoo, they have their conditioners, they have all that. But I always push my clients towards Queen Helene hair conditioner. The cholesterol,
Yes.
the back in the day cholesterol conditioner.
Yes.
That is the best. I'm giving them their props. That's the best conditioner for when you do it over the counter, to me,
Okay.
to rejuvenate your hair and keep moisture in your hair and the cholesterol.
Okay. And so the individuals that are rocking a natural hairstyle, do they need to come to the salon as frequent as somebody that has chemical services?
Well, the majority of my natural clients, they get twist outs. They come every 2 weeks. And I do have some that just come in for a deep conditioner.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I know we're in a time to where our money's a little funny.
Right.
So I ask my clients, as long as you come in for that deep conditioner, let me get my hands in there just a little bit and trim them ends, you'll be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of trimming the ends, I hate to say it, but most people of color, the ones that look like me, they do not like getting their hair cut. They don't understand the reasoning behind getting their ends trimmed. Can you express to us why that's so important?
It's important to trim your ends because if you take a toothpick and then you see on the toothpick it starts shredding out on each side, that's split ends. And as they go up your hair shaft, your hair would tend to break off at the ends.
Okay.
So it's very good to get your ends trimmed. And people with natural, they still don't want to get the ends trimmed. But that's the best thing to do to have long, natural, healthy hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what about color on natural hair?
Yeah, there's a big issue about if you get hair color, you're not natural. And I know somebody's going to say something, which is fine. Everybody have their own opinion. But when you get hair color, it doesn't change the integrity of the hair.
Okay.
It just enhances the hair.
Right.
So it's up to the client. If you want to be totally chemical free, that's fine. But to me, I have had the occasion to where it does not change the integrity of the hair. I haven't had a problem with it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. So what I would say about the hair color, and this is my own personal opinion, even a house needs a fresh coat of paint every now and then. And
That's
so,
right.
girlfriend, if you want to color your natural hair, you go right ahead and be yourself. Well, we're getting ready to take this identification break for just a moment. But when we come back, we'll have more conversations with Marlene Jackson, the owner of Expressions of Color Beauty Salon. As you know, I'm from the Midwest. The Midwest is the capital of where the hair game started in the first place. You have Chicago and you have Detroit. But we're not going to talk about the hair wars, but I do want to talk about some of the pioneers in the industry who put Chicago and Detroit on the map. You had your Little Willies,
Right.
your Cool C's, your James and John Goodens, Carl Reed. You had Big Bad D at the Bronner Brothers hair show walking around. I mean, these were the stylists that really put it down. And so, did any of those stylists inspire you? Were you following them? Were you networking with them when you initially began?
I didn't. I wasn't, the information was not out there like it is now.
Okay.
But as time went by, I did as far as social media now. But back in the day, I didn't.
Okay. I know for me, when I used to work for FM Concepts, the makers of Elente and Vital hair care products, the 2 times a year in the hair business that I really enjoyed was going down to the Bronner Brothers show.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Now, at the Bronner Brothers show, you were going to see stylists from all over the United States and abroad.
Right.
And then you were going to see master stylists on the platform. In addition to that, you had all of these wonderful vendors selling their products. And it wasn't always hair care products. Sometimes you could go down there and get you some hot fashion straight out of New York.
That's true.
A great handbag, etc., etc. But it was a great time when hairstylist was about the business of doing hair.
That's right.
And so when I think back on that time, I know what it did for me. What did it do for you?
It made me excited because I've been to the Brown Brothers show, a couple of times. And to see people on platforms,
Yes.
oh, I want to be a platform stylist, all that. And it just made me want to do better in my field.
Okay, awesome. Now, right here locally, we have two platform stylists that used to work for me. Nikki
Mm-hmm.
and also Darikus.
Yes.
And Darikus is still a celebrity hairstylist. He styles Fantasia, I know for sure. And some other people, I know when he left me, he went to Sashing. And now he has his own hair care products.
Okay.
And he's doing really well. But I want to talk about somebody else that's doing really well. She's not here today, but in her absence, let's talk about your lineage. Because your daughter, Ebonie Jackson,
Yeah.
has created something for natural hair that's called
Jamaican locks.
Oh, say it again.
Jamaican locks.
I can't even say it. One more time.
Jamaican locks.
Jamaican locks. And this is for the individuals that want to lock their hair or have that look.
It's more so to have that look. It's a protective style that she's created. She created herself. She actually makes the locks by hand.
And they come in a variety of color.
A variety of color, lengths, whatever you want. I've had purple. I've had the long. I've had the short blonde bob. Yeah, she makes them herself.
And so, why do you think she did that? What was it? The product didn't exist. It didn't take well to the hair. What made her create that hair?
At the time, it wasn't available.
Okay.
So she created the locks.
All right.
And she tried them on her sister, and it just took it off after that.
Yes, yes.
And it's a great, great protective style. And it gives you a sense of having locks.
Okay.
They're not heavy. You can use them over and over again. Yeah, it's really a big hit.
Okay. So when you say protective style, because some people may not know what that means.
Okay, a protective style is when you come in, we shampoo your hair, you get a deep conditioner treatment, and we braid your hair down. Then we install the locks, just like doing a sew-in. That's considered a protective style as well.
Okay.
And what happens is you're just protecting your hair while you're wearing your style that you want.
Okay. Okay. And so how do you feel about crochet braids? Because I see a lot of crochet looks as well.
Oh, crochet braids, it's just it's a choice. It takes less time and it's more inexpensive.
Okay.
Most of for the crochet braids, it takes about 3 hours to put them in. But if you go somewhere else and get them done individually, you take up to 6 to 8 hours. Really depends on where you're going.
Okay. And that type of hairstyle typically lasts how long?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be shampooed, conditioned?
Now, I do have some clients that come in, the shampoos, they crochet styles.
Do they have human hair? Or they are using synthetic hair?
Now, there is human hair out there, but it's very expensive.
Okay.
And to me, it doesn't last no longer than the synthetic hair. So, it really depends on the client.
Okay.
Yeah, and some people use human because they're afraid of the irritability from the chemical hair.
Yes.
The chemical that's on the hair, but you
Yes.
could also soak the hair in vinegar and all that stuff, and it just works the same way.
Marlene, I would consider you an expert on unhealthy hair. And as you know, you've seen it over the years, many women suffer with thinning edges
Mm-hmm.
or in the center or in the crown of the head where they're losing hair. Is there any recommendation for that?
Well, as far as the losing hair in the top of your head, the majority of the time that comes from medication and stress.
Right.
and that's something that's internal.
Let me stop you right there. Are we talking about legal or illegal medication? Because you know, depending on what state you in, I think it's Utah. All drugs is legal there. Ain't nobody going to jail.
Mostly, it's the prescriptions.
Oh, the prescriptions, like
Yeah.
the high blood pressure medication.
Yeah,
I
and
just wanted to make sure we was on the same page.
yeah, a lot of stress comes from that, from medications and stress.
Okay.
The thinning of the scalp, and also too is generational male pattern baldness.
Okay.
It's also it causes hair loss.
So male pattern baldness is not just for males.
Not just
It can
for
happen
men.
to females as well.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
So they can inherit that from their mother's side, father's side?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Mm-hmm. And then on the thinness on the sides normally comes from the tightness
Yes.
of wearing sew-ins, braids, ponytails.
Right.
You know, that's where the thinning come on the sides come from. But you can also have alopecia too on the sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's change it up for just a minute. Let's talk about the stress.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are currently in a pandemic.
Yes.
And so, what effect, if any, has the pandemic had on you as a salon owner, you as a hairstylist, and even what you may have witnessed with your clients?
A lot of that started, well, back in March, we was unsure of what was going to happen to us
Right.
being in the industry. 'Cause, you know, we're self-employed, and
Yes.
everybody don't look at us as workers
Okay.
because we don't get that physical paycheck. But all in all, we was able to get some help,
Okay.
and it did allow us not to be so stressed.
Okay.
So we did get a little bit of help.
Okay. I do think some stylists were able to get unemployment.
Yeah, we was able to get unemployment. That was a very, very big help. Because when you're unsure where your paycheck coming from, because we can't lay out sick, we
Right.
can't go on vacation, we
Right.
can't do any of those things, because when we're not working, we're not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
So the unemployment came in handy. It did.
Okay. And I'm not really trying to get into your personal business, but you know, you had all of these PPPs out here.
Mhm.
Were the stylists able to take advantage of those loans?
We was able to, like, it is a loan, and it has some that is forgiveness,
Right.
but we still have to pay it back.
Okay.
Now, I did apply for a few grants that I was unable to get because I didn't have a payroll. Everybody in here is self-employed.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
But we was able to withstand it, and we're still open, and we're still doing great things.
You're still standing.
Yeah, and what I tell everybody in this field, when you making your money, you have those good days, put that money back.
Okay.
Put it back, because we can ready to go into it again.
Right.
And I've been working long, long hours just to make sure that I have my cushion.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of cushions, let's talk about somebody that's interested in coming into the hair care business.
Mm-hmm.
They're new to it. They're fresh out of school. You know, very often the inspiration in them is to come straight out. I want to own my own business. Would you recommend that? Not recommend that? What advice would you have for the newcomers?
Well, for me, I opened my business in '96, and everything is totally different from
Okay.
back then. We was able to a lot more was available to us. Now they're strict, and when you go into your own business, you need to have a business plan and
Okay.
stick to your business plan.
Yes. Yes. And the other thing that I'll say, what I heard you say is understand that she's working for herself. And to me, what that means is don't ask for no credit. Because credit around a salon is like a disease. And ain't nobody catching that. So don't even ask it. If you don't have the funds to pay for it, wait until you got it. Services don't come free. And that includes family members. When I come here, even though we've been friends since 1995, I'm coming to pay for my services. I'm not looking for a hookup. Because when she come on my job, I'm not going to give her a hookup either. Because business is business. Let's be clear about
That's
that.
right.
You know, as a boutique owner,
Mm-hmm.
and by the way, what I'm rocking here, this came from Modesty's Boutique. Exclusively, darling, from Modesty's Boutique. Get you one of these wraps, honey. It's everything right now. I had to just do that. No, I'm not ashamed. We're
That's
talking
right.
about business here.
Business.
This is my business. I got your handbag, your accessories. You know, I was coming with a little bling on the finger. little gold right there. But anywho, I'm just having fun with it. But business is business, and you have to respect the business owner. And very often, people can come up with excuses and reasons. But I'm telling you, Michael Jordan ain't accepting none of that. You're gonna stand outside in the line, and you're gonna drop 150 to 250, just
That's
like
right.
that. And you don't even know Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I'm not taking nothing away from you. I got 2 boys, and I spend like every 2 months about $400 to $600 just on your shoes. Okay, so we just keeping it 100 up in here.
Right.
So I'm not picking on Mike. I love his shoes. You got to have them J's. And so recently I was out in LA, and I was on Rodeo Drive. And I noticed that on Rodeo Drive, not only did they have the exclusive shops, they also had your cosmetic surgeons, people that did hair implants. And so I'm just curious, what's the difference between getting those implants versus getting a sew-in or the locks? Is there any benefit to getting those hair implants?
Well, I haven't experienced working with the hair implants. We've had several people come into the salon wanting them removed, and we wouldn't do it because we didn't install them.
Okay.
Because when you have those implants done, it's different implants now.
Okay.
There's with the
Infusion?
infusion, strand by strand.
Right.
All those need to be done by the person who installed them. So, but we haven't had the chance to even work with that.
Okay. So let that be a lesson for you. Whatever you start, and whoever you started with,
Yeah.
let them finish it. Once again, I want to thank you, Marlene, for joining me on what's really going on. Because we just got educated in the hair game. It's business, baby. It's all about the business. And this is Hair Care Business Extraordinaire. This is Marlene Jackson, the owner of Expressions of Color Beauty Salon. 2108 Oaklawn Avenue, right here in the Queen City. With Miss Fabulous. That would be me. Look who the wind blew in. We are here with Ebonie Jackson, the creator of
Jamaican locks.
Say it one more time for the people.
Jamaican locks.
Yes.
And that's Jamaican and African put
Jamaican.
together to help you out with the pronunciation.
All right, so Ebonie, what inspired you to create those locks in the first place?
Well, my first thought was, before the trend came out, everybody wanted that look.
Yes.
And can't achieve that look. And they wanted that instant look. So it took me a few tries, but I did come up with my products, the Jamaican locks, which I can do any color, any length, any size, whatever you want, I got you.
Yes.
So, yes, what inspired me to do is because I wanted locks myself.
Okay.
And the transition over to real locks is it's a struggle sometimes. So I said, let me create something for people that want to know what they were going to look like with some locks before they actually dedicated themselves to getting them. So that's where I came up with the idea.
You know what I love most is that you can create them in different lengths.
Yes.
Because there's people that like short hair,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's people like me that like long hair.
I mean, I can do all the way down to 42 inch if you want it. But I do from 12 inch all the way down to 80 inch if you want it. You're going to pay for it. But all the way down to 80 inch if you want it.
They got to pay
And they
for
all made with love. Every single one. Handmade by me. So whenever I do somebody, I always make sure I know what they want, what you're looking for. I can pretty much create anything.
With all sizes, all colors.
All colors, all lengths.
And you could create updos with them too,
Oh,
right?
yes. And also, I also do extensions. So if you already have locks,
Yes.
existing locks,
Yes.
then I can create fullness and volume for you with my own Jamaican locks. Updo styles, drawstring ponytails, clip-ins, just so you can have, some fullness and some length, just to, if you want to step out, look different, type the same look. So I got you on any level of it.
So with the locks, can they shampoo and condition, or do they need to come into the salon for service?
So I actually deliver the locks if you would like to do them yourself. I do shampoo. They last 3 months.
Wow.
And can be removed and used again.
Mm.
So it's not just a one-time style, that's it, They're not like braids. You take them out, it's over. There is when you take them out, you can re-put them back in, and the longer you have them, the better they look, the more natural they look. So these locks are an investment.
Okay.
They are an investment.
Okay. Okay. And so, if someone was interested in getting locks, but currently they're in a chemical style, what would you recommend that they do?
I would recommend that you go with a crochet style or a protective style until you can grow out enough hair where you're comfortable getting locks. Because some people aren't comfortable with that start from the bottom. So I always tell people, grow it out to the length where you feel comfortable. And if that means you need to do a protective style, a crochet style, if you want to do a sew-in or a quick weave until you can achieve that, now the locks will get you there.
Okay.
And then transition you there. Okay?
Yes. Okay. So really what you're saying is I have to let enough new growth grow out to the point where I'm satisfied in order to get the locks.
Oh, no.
No?
My locks are going to get you to the point where you can wear your real locks.
Okay.
Example, if you have 2 inches of new growth and you ain't ready for natural locks,
Yes.
I can put in my crochet locks, my African locks, until you get to the point where you're ready to start your own journey with your own hair and lock it up like that.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about looking mannish.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
When people start this journey, do they make it to that next step, or are they going back to the creamy crack?
Oh, Nate, you stick with it. Because
Okay.
once you go crochet, it's hard to go back. It's very hard to go back to wanting to comb and curl and all over again. This is one of those get up and I'm cute. When I wake up, flawless.
All right. So it's convenient.
It's very convenient.
Very convenient.
Very convenient.
And so at night, do you have to tie it up? Do you wear a bonnet? How do you take care of
Now,
that?
when I wore mine, I didn't wear anything, only because I wanted mine to look as natural as possible. But to preserve your locks, you would definitely want to do a bonnet, a scarf, pinning it up at night, whatever you need to do to just preserve the curl or the actual lock. The more you keep up with them, the longer it will last for you. So make it work for your money, for you.
Okay. I got another question for you. I want to know, did the movie Black Panther have any impact on people coming to you getting more locks? Because everybody, they had the fist up, they were wearing the dashikis and the mud cloth.
I will
it was
say
power
that
to the
movie did,
people.
I think that movie did start a movement of us black women wanting to be natural. And I'm gonna say this. Just because somebody does wear weave or relaxed hair, you can still achieve that natural look and embrace your blackness and your black power and your black girl magic.
Yes.
I'm just saying the locks will get you all the way there. All the way.
Well, she's my stylist, and she knows that I am all natural up under here. The problem is I don't want any of you all to see any of that.
And that's what I'm here for, my friend.
Exactly. And so, if there was anything that you would recommend or you would suggest that maybe we didn't discuss for a person that wanted the locks, is there anything that we left out that people need to know?
I need everybody to know that it is for everybody. I have a lot of people that say, I don't know if I'm going to look right. I don't know if that's for me. Try it. Just once. Make that investment. Try it just one time. It will change the way you look at yourself. It will change the way you feel about how you carry yourself. I know it did for me.
Okay.
And it definitely boosted my confidence as a black woman. I'm not going to walk around with those locks. It's just another crown, just another glorious thing for people to look at. They will stop you all the time.
Yes.
It brings attention to you. You look past that mirror every time you walk past and say, yeah, okay, it's working.
It's working.
It's
You're working it.
It will.
The hair isn't working you. You're working the hair.
You're working the hair.
And so...
Oh, and I also do, like I mentioned before, I do create the locks that you can install yourself. Installing them is the easy process, is the easy part. You can do it yourself. The hard part is what I do. I make them. I make the locks for you. You can order them for me. Now, and I also make my own lock jewelry. Well, I'm sorry. My daughter makes my lock jewelry, which comes in my lock box.
Okay.
So you will get a set of locks. You will get some tea tree oil, a set of lock jewelry, and a crochet needle. You will have everything you need in that box.
Wow.
So, like I said, if you can't come to me, I can send them to you.
Okay.
So that's one of my biggest sellers, actually. So.
That is awesome. You are doing great things. You just changed the game
Yes,
in
I
the
did.
Queen City. But before we say goodbye to Ebonie, I want to know, are there executive women wearing locks in corporate America? And how is that working for them? Because there was a time in corporate America you could not be your true, authentic self. You had to have straight hair.
You had to.
You had to.
To fit in.
Yeah.
But since we're not trying to fit in.
Come on now. Go ahead. I'm going to let you testify.
Since we're not trying to fit in, locks are your statements.
Yes.
They're the statement piece when you walk in a room. So when you wear these locks, you're wearing them. Corporate America, I don't care if you work downtown or at McDonald's. This is universal. You can wear them anywhere. And they command respect when you walk in the room, because everybody is going to look at you when you walk in the room with a set of my Dream African locks. So whether you're in corporate America or you working down the street at the gas station, everybody's going to know who you are. They're going to see you when you come. Before you even walk into a room, they're going to feel your presence.
Well, with that being said, I don't think there's anything left to be said other than that you need to come over to 2108 Oak Lawn Avenue, whether you're looking for a protective style, whether you're looking for locks, or whether you want to sew it until you grow it. This is the place to be. Ebonie Jackson, birthed by Marlene Jackson.
Yes.
And she has other siblings that's in the hair game business as well. They're doing big things over here. Come here before the holidays, after the holidays, and get that look that's right for you.